What's going on, YouTube? Today we will be talking about what happened on Monday Night Raw. To start off the show, you hear John Cena come on. Do 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 do. His future WWE World Championship match at WrestleMania. Opponent, the WWE Undisputed Champion, Cody Rhodes. So, what do you want to talk about? The promo begins with, honestly, it starts back and forth, then it's just, John Cena just starts ripping on him. Honestly, he starts cooking up an omelet. Mixing it up, making pancakes. And then, leave now, and Cody's like, John, you better not leave yet. John gets in. Goes for a cheap shot. Cody counters. Finishes the promo with the Crossroads. Then it's time for the first match. The first match was between the New Day and New Catch Republic. A team coming. That's where Monday Night Raw was. Well, more like Monday Night. Well, Monday Day Raw. Obviously, sorry, they had a homecoming. They weren't fucking winning the match. Because they got less of a pop than the team that was literally constantly hated because they left the Big E. And they weren't even the home crowd, people in the match. It's the midnight hour. The match is over. Go to have an interview with Kathy Kelly. Kathy Kelly goes, so you're going to go for the titles now? It's like, and Xavier was just, well, are you slow? Delusional? We're going to go? Of course we are. And then you hear, Brrr, the War Raiders come out. Raise up their WWE World Tag Championships. And that match will have occur in the future. Probably at WrestleMania, which would be a fucking banger. So I'm okay with it. Now it's time for the absolute bloodbath, aka Jimmy Uso versus Gunther, the Ring General. Gunther ends, and Jimmy start having a great match, maybe for like 5 to 6 minutes. And then it just gets to the point where Gunther just makes a name out of him. Gets to get under Jay's skin even more. Into his mind, into his brain. Warfare, as you would say. Then, the match is over with a weird naked choke. Gunther's begins to leave. He's like, yeah, that's not done enough. Gets back through the ropes. Puts him into it again. Jay comes out for the save. Gunther runs out. You think he's gone? Jay helps Jimmy to the back. Oh, you thought. They got about to where that WWE logo is. Where Xavier Woods and Karrion Kross are currently in the match you currently are watching. And then Apps attack Jay. No. He goes for the powerbomb on Jay. It stops. Then he powerbombs the security that stops him. And then he's like, no, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you emotionally. I'm going to hurt your twin. Throws Jimmy into the ring post. Then throws him in the ring. Makes him bleed by hitting his World Heavyweight Championship on his head. And then he continues to go roll out. Throws Jay in the ring. Zip ties Jay's hand to the rope. And then chokes out Jimmy. Letting Jay watch him as he makes his brother go to sleep, turn purple, and bleed, and have a crimson mask. Nobody comes out to help because no one wants to fucking get in the way of Gunther. And then the segment's over. It pans to the back. where you see Lyra Valkyria talking about how the only person during her title reign to beat her was Bayley, and that was the Elimination Chamber match. To then the crown who's going to be the next person fighting for the Women's World Championship. Which obviously ended up being Bianca. So, with that, because Bayley helped her win the fight off the people, her last week's opponents. So she felt it's time for her to prove herself and have the match against her, proving that she can beat her. And that'll be on Raw next week in Minneapolis. And speaking of it, Chad Gable always handing out these, oh, I can't wrestle. Oh, I'm sick. I'm sorry. But it ends up biting in the ass because now he figures out it's going to be in his home city and he can't wrestle. But instead, who's going to be fighting in America? El Grande Americano. And then following it, Otis, or Otis, Akira Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree ask for tag title matches, not just for Akira Tozawa and Otis, but a tag team match with Natalya and Maxine Dupree. Yeah, okay. What if they're going to win it? Probably not. They ain't being Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. The Judgment Day and the IC champion Braun Breaker and Penta. So basically this match goes on. It's absolutely a banger. Dominic Mysterio makes a veteran notice and says, watch out. Finn Balor pushes Penta in the front. Braun Breaker spears Penta. Finn Balor goes to the top rope, coup de grace on Penta. Finn Balor is the first person in WWE to pin Penta. And then the match is over. It pans to the back where Raquel and Liv want to talk about Finn and Dom. But with Dom with them. Finn leaves, goes to tell Nick Pierce, hey, I want another shot at the IC title. But Liv and Raquel are like, he already had that. It's your time, Dom. You should have the IC title match. And Liv's like, I'm going to go talk to him for you. So it's basically what I see happening in the future is it's going to be Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio for the IC title at WrestleMania, which is going to be honestly crispy. And if Dirty Dom wins it, I would honestly be fire with that. Or Penta. So, being the world title division, but you keep having him take pins every fucking week. And you finally gave him one where he pinned somebody. So, next, we see it pan to the back where AJ Styles is walking out to the ring. And he's like, I'm done waiting. I want Logan Paul to come out here and call me out. But instead, I'm going to call you out. Logan Paul comes out, says, I don't have time to talk to be in London. I'm done with this poor city. And that's all you're about is money, money, money. You're just a stain on the company. Logan gets pissed off, hits him with the pulverizer and says, you, me, WrestleMania. Which, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul WrestleMania. Keep cooking. That's all I'm going to say. And now it's time for the main event. So the main event, we all knew it wasn't going to end with a decisive winner. Obviously, it's Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky with Bianca Belair as the special guest referee for the Women's World Championship. They've been fucking at each other. All three of them have been at each other's throats for about like 4 weeks after Elimination Chamber. Sorry, my bad. That's my bad. Bianca's like letting things go, letting them have a little bit longer on the ropes, choking them in the corner, and then it gets to the point where she starts getting hit. Rhea Ripley is going for a big boot on Io. Io moves out of the way. Bianca takes the big boot, gets sent out of the ring on the side where it's closer to the stage. And then she doesn't call the match. She keeps it going. She's okay with it. She's like, it's fine. It happens. And then gets back into the ring. Io's at the top going for a top rope drop kick. The drop rope kick hits. Doesn't connect with Rhea. It connects with Bianca. Bianca gets sent out to the ring towards the announcement table area. And then she's like, I'm done. This is the end of the match. It's over. It resulting in a double disqualification. And obviously Io retains her World Women's Championship. And then Rhea's pissed, goes out and starts beating the fuck out of Bianca. Io's like, I'm done with it too. She jumps out of the ring at both of them with a dive. And then Bianca gets, Io throws Rhea back in the ring. Bianca gets back up, throws Io in the ring, starts beating on him. And then Rhea gets back up, hits both of them with a Riptide. And the crowd's going, one more. Last but not least, Rhea's like, okay, I got you. And she takes her by Bianca by the hair, drags her into the corner where the ladder is. If you're watching the video, that's the corner that she was in. Hits her with a top rope Riptide. Stands tall, raises up the World Women's Championship, basically solidifying it's going to be the three of them at WrestleMania if you lived under a rock and you didn't even see it coming. So this is the end of the video, but I also assume you guys want to see the winner, so this is just the wrestling part where I talk about Raw. But I'll keep it going. You're just gonna see it's gonna pan to the ending of it. So thanks for watching the video. Keep it wavy.